You're listening to Independent TV 7. Kindly click on the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Independent TV 7. Also, don't forget to click the bell icon to get more notification. Thanks for watching. Amidst the court hearing of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Department of State Service (DSS) detains 20 supporters of Nnamdi Kanu ahead of trial. A lawyer has said the lead lawyer to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, said 20 people are being detained by the Department of State Services ahead of the resumption of the trial today and during the trial itself and after the trial. Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor made the revelation on Wednesday at the press briefing on the trial expected to take place at the Federal High Court in Abuja. He said the 20 people, including a lawyer, were arrested in Lokoja on 26 July when they returned to Ebonyi State after the aborted trial of the Biafran leader. It is on record today that over 20 persons, all of Ebonyi State indigenous extraction, including a lawyer, who were in court on the 26th day of July 2021 to witness the hearing on this case were intercepted and arrested on their way back home at Lokoja by the Nigerian security agents, and to date they are still being held in various detention facilities of the Nigerian security agents without access to their lawyers and family members, Ejiofor had said. Though we have commenced legal action in court against the security formations still detaining them in their various detention facilities, this is indeed how low the state can go in gross violation of citizens' rights without these infractions being accounted for. But be assured that justice will prevail for these dehumanized citizens in the end, he said. Ejiofor also hoped that the DSS would provide Nnamdi Kanu in court today, unlike on 26 July when he was not produced. That was what he said. The bone of contention is that those that are Nnamdi Kanu's followers were arrested, including a lawyer. Well, thank God that the DSS provided Nnamdi Kanu. The lawyer explained how the federal government had absconded from the court despite a fiat obtained that the case could be heard earlier today. Well, today being the 21st day of October 20, should be sacrosanct. Our client Nnamdi Kanu was in court and was also produced by the DSS, and the case has been adjourned till November. Thankfully, the Land Director of Public Prosecution of the Federation has, though belated, filed a 7-count amendment charge along with an affidavit of completion of the investigation, so there is no excuse or place to hide whatsoever again to justify the contrary. But as it is, Ejiofor also pleaded that the security agents to be deployed to man the court and its environment or details to provide security on that of November should be manifestly civil in their conduct towards the civilian populace who are expected to throng the court in their numbers. Where we, the members of Nnamdi Kanu's legal team, ably led by my humble self, wish to bring to the attention of the public of interesting developments in this case since our client was abducted in Kenya on the 9th date of June 2021 and consequently extraordinarily rendered to Nigeria. His subsequent secret appearance in court on the 29th day of June 2021 and his non-production in court on the 26th day of July 2021, as well as what we expect in court on 21st day of October. Now it has been adjourned to November. This press briefing became compelling against the backdrop of the 7-count smokescreen amended charge filed against our client last week Friday, and waiting for the over-advertised hype amendment of over 3 months. You may recall that upon the abduction of our client in Kenya on the 19th day of June 2021 and his extraordinary rendition to Nigeria afterwards, he was secretly brought to court on the 29th day of June 2021 without our knowledge. We, his lawyers, were not notified of the proceedings of the 29th June 2021, hence our unavoidable absence. The matter was subsequently adjourned to the 26th 26th day of July 2021 for commencement of the hearing. This matter then came up on the 26th day of July 2021 for commencement of hearing in the case, but our client Nnamdi Kanu was not produced in court. Neither was there any plausible convincing reason for his absence in court on that day, an action which was in flagrant violation of court order made by His Lordship Honorable Justice Binta Iyanko for him to be brought to court on that 26th day of July 2021. Well, furthermore, in view of the long adjournment of the case already on record, a decision which we believe may have been informed by the annual court vacation which commenced during the said date and period, and in view of the court's disposition to hear the matter during the vacation, we applied to the Honorable Chief Judge of the Federal High Court for issuance of a fiat to enable His Lordship to proceed with the hearing on the case. This application was considered on its merit, and the Honorable Chief Judge, in his wisdom, subsequently granted our application for fiat. Approval of this request by the Honorable Chief Judge of the Federal High Court was communicated to all parties in the case, including the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation, via the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution of the Federation. Despite being served with the approval for fiat and scheduled for court sitting on the case during the period under reference, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution deliberately failed, neglected, and/or refused to present any of its representatives to honor the invitation for an agreement on a convenient date for the trial to comment on the authority of the fiat. Even after several reminders, the hard fact we are compelled to swallow today is that despite the approval of fiat duly given by the Honorable Chief Judge and the readiness expressed by the court even in the open court, the proceedings with the hearing once fiat is granted, the federal government of Nigeria absconded from court, as the world is now aware. Nnamdi Kanu also today, he was presented in court, but later it was adjourned. Now the security agents ostensibly to be deployed to man the court. Well, it is on record today that over 20 persons of all Ebonyi state indigenous extraction, including a lawyer, who were in court on the 26th June of July 2021 to witness the hearing on this case, were intercepted and arrested on their way back home at Lokoja by the Nigerian security agents. Until date, they are still being held in various detention facilities of the Nigerian security agents without access to their lawyers and family members. Through and though we have commenced legal action in court against the security formations, still detaining them in their various detention facilities. This is indeed how low the state can go in gross violation of citizens' rights without this infraction being accounted for. But be assured that justice will prevail for these dehumanized citizens in the end. It is therefore to be noted that court premises, particularly the courtroom, is not a barrack or police station where rules of engagement are treated with levity and people are subjected to all forms of inhuman treatment. We wish to note very strongly that the atmosphere of fear, molestation, intimidation, and harassment of civilians in and around the court premises should be jettisoned, as many foreign observers have arrived in the country to witness this all-important trial of political prisoner. We wish to remind the security agents that it was a period such as this in 2015 and 2016 respectively that the citizens who merely came out in their numbers for a show of solidarity with our client on the day he was brought to court were massacred in their numbers at Ngwa National High School, Abia State, for Ngbo, Onitsha, Ed Bridge, and Ziggs Avenue in Anambra State. Yes, this was is coming from the lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu. 20 people are still being detained. What is really happening?